Have you ever been a manager in an organization and seen that there have been some changes that need to be made, but you're really not clear on where to start? You've done some research and you've read about some change management models, but you're still a little unclear and you don't know where to start. Well, today I'm going to talk about a few different ones. Let's start with one of the most famous ones. The 8-step process to leading change was developed by Dr. John Kotter. This change model concentrates on building an environment that will improve the ability to adapt to change in a few 8 steps. Let's first begin with step 1. This step establishes a sense of urgency. This urgency is to create an environment to let your employees know that change is needed. Employees can not only begin to see that there's an importance for a change, but that they can see that there needs to be some action. Step 2 begins to assemble the employees. Not only to assemble them, but also to encourage them that there needs to be a change effort. Step 3 is creating a vision and a strategy. A need for change has been determined, and now a strategy can begin to develop. Step 4 is about communicating this new vision and strategy to your employees. However, it doesn't stop here. It's important that you have a buy-in from your employees so that they're willing to continue with the change effort. A sense of urgency has been established, and now that your teams have been formed, a new strategy has been given and also been accepted. Now it's time to empower your employees. This is step 5. As a manager, it's important that you remove any obstacles that may be in their way for success. By encouraging the employees to take some risk, employees can thrive by utilizing their talents, their skills, and their abilities. By empowering your employees, you are giving them an opportunity to bring innovation to the organization. Step 6 is about generating goals. As we know, every organization needs a set of goals in order to go forward. Goals are not only there to accomplish a task, but they are also there for the employees so that they can increase confidence. But it doesn't stop here. It's important that as goals are reached, that the employees are rewarded on a consistent basis. Never letting up is step 7. It's all about momentum here. You can't stop here. It's important to follow up, and follow up. Step 8 is about the change process that has just occurred and turning that behavior into a cultural norm. It's important that the norm of the culture is new and it doesn't go back into the old ways of doing business. Dr. Kotter's 8-step process for leading change has been implemented into many organizations for over 30 years, avoiding failure and improving the ability to change within the organization and what he believes what organizations need to thrive. Another change model is Dr. Lewin's change model, which consists of 3 stages. Rather than steps to change, he explains that an organization will undergo stages of change. The 3 stages are unfreeze, transition, and freeze. The unfreeze stage is realizing that it's time to change and acknowledging that it's time to get out of your comfort zone. It goes without saying that there may be an anticipation of resistance. However, a sense of urgency is necessary before the change can begin. The transition stage is not a quick event. It is a process that begins within the individual, and then it will begin to spread out into the organization. Management is needed to facilitate this transition. The stage is about ensuring that the desired change is accepted and maintained. Going back to the old behavior cannot be accepted. The employees need to have a new form of behavior that will become the new cultural norm in the organization. Although Dr. Edgar Schein does not have a change model per se, he believes that there are 3 levels of organizational culture. This ideal exhibits the connection between organizational culture, individual behavior, and their influences on how organizational learning is obtained. It is important to have an understanding of how behavior and culture intertwine within each other in order to implement change interventions. Another great tool to understand Dr. W. Edward Deming's 14 principles. Dr. Deming concentrates on improving effectiveness through transformation. Instead of a step-by-step model, he proposes 14 management principles to be used during the transformational change process. So you ask, how are these change management models going to help you? Let's first take a look at Dr. Schein's model. He believes that culture and behavior have a major influence on how the organization learns. It's important to know this before you begin a change management process. Dr. Lewin has his 3 phases of change. These 3 phases are there to help you to know when to go into each phase. Dr. John Kotter has his 8 steps that will help you to lead your change effort. However, the change effort will not take place without the employees. Each of these employees are needed for your change effort. Dr. Deming's principles will help you manage those employees, and it will help you to influence them and motivate them and lead them into your change goals. Now, each and every single one of these have their own place and their own time on when to be implemented.